Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now this week, the COVID-19 vaccine news has been surrounding blood clots events and the AstraZeneca vaccine. While this vaccine is still not available in the US, 32,000 Americans was enrolled in their phase 3 trial, and the US FDA will be reviewing their efficacy and safety data very soon. So these blood clot events were alarming. Today, let's look at what the European experts has concluded so far. If you are new to the channel, I'm Dr. Han. The goal for this channel is to connect everyone with scientific fact. This includes my regular COVID-19 update and other general science topic. My idea is that if I can understand a topic, you can understand. If you like to learn more about scientific facts, please consider subscribing to the channel. This channel needs your help to reach more people. So without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. So like I said at the beginning, today we are going to look at what do we know so far about blood clots and the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. And first, disclaimer, this video is my summary and interpretation of publicly available scientific information. This video does not serve as any advice on treatment, diagnosis, and prevention of any diseases, and I do not have any affiliations with companies that I mentioned in my presentation. So about a week ago, 7 people in Germany between the age of 20 to 50 developed a severe blood clotting disorder after receiving the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. All of them were young women, and 6 out of the 7 had a rare form of blood clot called the sinus vein thrombosis. 3 of the 7 people have since died. So today we are going to look at what is sinus vein thrombosis, or CVST, and was CVST observed in the clinical trials, and what have the experts in Europe concluded so far. Fact number 1. What is sinus vein thrombosis? So sinus vein thrombosis is also known as cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, commonly abbreviated as CVST. It is a rare blood clot found in the vessels draining blood from the brain back to the heart. Now notice in the picture there, it was colored blue, so this is a blood that is returned to heart, not supplying the blood to the brain. Now when there is a blood clot in that area, it will cause the blood to back up and may lead to hemorrhage in the brain. It is a very rare form of blood clot. About only 5 people in a million each year had this disorder, according to Johns Hopkins report. Fact number 2. Was CVST observed in the clinical trials? To answer this question, I pull a report called the Public Assessment Report Authorization for Temporary Supply, released by the UK Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, which is an equivalent to the US FDA. In this report, I find the side effect table in this picture here, describing different type of side effect from the trials of the UK AstraZeneca vaccine. And out of all the people that were participated in both the vaccine and the control group, only 12 cases of thrombotic event was reported during the AstraZeneca clinical trials. 4 were in the vaccine group and 8 were in the control group. So just based on the vaccine trial result, there are no unusual patterns, but we don't know if those thrombotic events were actually CVST either. And fact number 3, after seeing all these blood clots, what have the experts in Europe concluded so far? In order to answer the question revolving AstraZeneca vaccine and blood clots, the European Medicine Agency, which is the equivalent to the US FDA, had an emergency meeting on March 18, 2021 to review available evidence regarding this problem, and the blood disorder experts and members of the agency look at all the available data, and they find out 69 reports of blood clotting events out of 20 million vaccinated people in the UK and EU. And specifically, they look at two special types of blood clotting events. One is the cvst, and out of all those cases, 18 cases were cvst. And they also look at another rare disorder called the disseminated intravascular coagulation, which is a blood clot in multiple blood vessels, and they find 7 cases of those. And out of all those cases, 9 people died, and all are the women under the ages of 55. Based on all the cases they've reviewed, the 469 reported cases of thrombotic events was lower than the expected number in the general population, and they concluded there is no increase in the overall risk of blood clots that is associated with the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine. And the committee suggests further analysis and monitoring, especially for people that are under 55 years old. They also suggest the benefits of the vaccine is still outweigh the risk, and namely, number 1, COVID-19 can cause blood clots, and those cases are much more often than from the vaccine. And number 2, vaccine can prevent hospitalizations and death, and the overall likelihood of developing both conditions of thrombotic events is still very low. So the take-home message for this week was that there were 469 cases of blood clotting events out of the 20 million vaccinated people in UK and EU with the AstraZeneca vaccine. And experts in blood disorder and in the EMA agency reviewed all cases, and they find out 18 cases of cvst and 7 cases of DIC in all the 469 reports. And there were no causality effect between the AstraZeneca vaccine, and the two conditions were concluded. And the AstraZeneca vaccine will continue to be distributed, and the EMA will closely monitor all of the blood clotting disorder reports. And a new blood clot warning label will be added to the AstraZeneca vaccine package leaflet. To learn more, here are the links that I used to gather information for today's talk. The first one is the Johns Hopkins one, and the following 2 were the report from the UK agency and also from the European agency. So I hope you've learned a little bit about the blood clot events that were reported in Europe. And that is all for me this week, and I'll see you again next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with another episode of COVID-19 related scientific report. And meanwhile, please stay safe and healthy. Bye.